Yama, I'm Jack, and this is Newsbreak. This week is Media Literacy Week, and to kick things off, a new study has been released looking at the news habits of young people. Michelle caught up with some students to find out more.
I get my news from the TV.
Either my parents, my friends, the radio or BTN when we watch it in the classroom.
Yep, young people are getting their news from all different kinds of places. And now, a new study looking at news and young Australians is giving us an insight into the nation's news habits. It surveyed more than 1,000 kids from around the country to find out more about how kids are getting news, interacting with it, and feeling about it. So, what were some of the key results? Well, it found the top 3 preferred news sources for kids aged 8 to 12 are family, YouTube, and teachers, and that kids trust their family and teachers the most. And almost half agree that following the news is important to them. But along with the news making children feel smart and knowledgeable, it also makes a lot of young people feel a bit upset and sad.
Usually makes me pretty sad to see what's actually going on in the world.
I would love to see more positive stuff instead of more negative stuff.
It also found 2 in 5 young people never check multiple sources to assess if online news stories are false or inaccurate. And they struggle to find news that's made for them.
I feel like it would be good if there were new news programs, especially for younger people, but BTN is a great one.
I feel like there's not enough channels to break down the complex stuff and understand it to younger people.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has touched down in the United States. It's his first official visit there, where he'll meet with President Joe Biden in Washington. The conflict in Israel and Gaza is set to be a big topic of discussion, as well as figuring out the details of the AUKUS defence deal. But the jet setting doesn't stop there. Next month, he'll also become the first Prime Minister in 7 years to visit China. Now it's time to check out what's happening in the world of sport. Here's Justina.
Australia has won the Constellation Cup. While the Diamonds actually lost today's 4th and final match against New Zealand, and the series was a draw on 2 for 2, the Aussies' overall goal score got them over the line to win the tournament for the 11th time.
Obviously disappointed with our last 2 games, but also extremely proud that we are able to keep this cup, and it's something we work really hard for.
This was the kick that booked South Africa's place in the World Cup final. Andre Pollard landed a 49-metre penalty 3 minutes from time, sealing a 16-15 win over England, which means the Springboks now have a rendezvous with New Zealand in Saturday's final. Over to the Men's Cricket World Cup, where India is continuing to dominate. Virat Kohli fell just short of a century, hitting 95 to lead them to a 4-wicket victory over New Zealand. India is now the only unbeaten team in the comp, so things are looking good for them.
It's important for us to stay balanced, not to think too far ahead as well, but enjoy the moment as well.
Meanwhile, back in Australia, the Brisbane Heat's Grace Harris has produced a record-breaking innings against the Perth Scorchers, smashing 136 off 59 balls. But that's not all she broke. Yep, with a broken bat, she still managed a sixer.
Well, it's finally time to play my favourite off-brand party game. Dog, dog, sheep! Gosh, you're terrible at this game. What, have you never played Dog, Dog, Sheep before? The annual Bark Ball has been held in Washington in the US. It's a chance for humans and their best friends to dress up and raise some money for the Humane Rescue Alliance, which helps thousands of animals find homes each year. The ball has an abundance of dog treats, live drawings, and of course, plenty of pats. A robotic guide dog has taken the spotlight during the torch relay for the Asian Para Games. This 4-legged mechanical mutt was enlisted to help guide this visually impaired piano tuner as they completed their portion of the torch relay. And finally to Madrid, where there are sheep. Lots and lots of sheep. The Spanish city was taken over by this fluffy flock in an annual event that sees shepherds use traditional routes to herd their livestock in preparation for the winter. Centuries ago, this would have been a quiet countryside, but today it's a bustling part of the city. And as you can see, the event draws quite the crowd. It's like Duck, Duck, Goose, except it's Dog, Dog... Oh, well, that's all the news we've got for you, but we'll be back tomorrow with more. Bye! So I go Dog, Dog, Sheep.